Hi, it's Kim here from the Timeslip Simulator. Today we're going to be talking about the latest update to the TSS, which is version 1.0.9. The new features that I've added to the TSS include keyboard controls for the replay screen, a new driver point of view camera, a head check camera, and the finish line pause. So here we are on the Timeslip entry screen. If you ever need to know what version of the TSS you're running, you can look in this top left-hand corner and that'll tell you exactly which version it is. All of the recent updates are on the simulation/replay screen. So let's just jump to that screen. The first addition is the new keyboard controls. For example, if I press V, that'll turn the sound back on. To turn it off. There's also a number of keyboard controls now to play and pause the race. For example, if I press Z, we'll play the race. And then I've hit space, it'll pause the race. I can now choose to change the camera mode by pressing C, for example. So I'm cycling through the cameras by pressing the C key. I can change the lane by pressing the L key. I'm jumping between left and right. Spacebar to pause and resume. So unpause, pause, play, pause, for example. We can stop the race by pressing X. That returns us back to the start line. So that was pressing the X key. We also have the auto pause feature, which I can switch on and off with the F key. You'll notice that this button changes. And we can also turn the track markers on and off with the T key. Here you see, I actually use the C key to change to the overhead camera, and I'll press the T key and you can see the track markers coming on and off. Across the top of the screen we also have keyboard controls. Those keys are for the stats panel. You press the tab key and displays the statistics, so turning off and on. The V key for the sound, on and off. I'll change the camera mode again. If I press Z to play, I can now change the, need to hit resume, sorry. Press Z to play. I can now pause it, change the speed at which the replay is happening, so you'll see the speed change. I can hit spacebar again to unpause, pause, change the speed back again, full speed. We can turn the interface off with the I key, and if you want to show the Timeslip details, it is the left shift key. So that's all of the new keyboard controls. So the next new feature I want to show you today is the new driver point of view camera. So with the driver point of view camera selected down here, you left click anywhere on the screen and then you can look around from the driver's perspective. So if I play the race, and I can look over my shoulder at my opponent. Let's pause. I'll change lanes. Once again, even while I'm paused, I can use all the cameras. I hit resume and I can just watch my opponent. So that is the new point of view camera. Next we have an update to the head check camera. So I'll quickly change to that camera mode. So we're in the look ahead camera mode. You used to have to click on the head check button, which would step around and look at your opponent. But what you can do now is anywhere on the screen is press the right mouse button and it will automatically snap around to look at your opponent. So if I play the race and I'm snapping to look, let's pause it. I'll change the lane. Once again, I'm looking and I'm just using the right mouse button. So this is a lot quicker than having to press the head check button or maybe moving off of the head check button accidentally. So that is the new head check feature. Last but not least, I want to talk about the auto pause updates. So with the auto pause on, what happens is the vehicles finish at the first vehicle that reaches the finish line, the replay stops. Now, historically, it used to just go past the finish line, and that was because of the frame rate, if you like, of the simulation. But what I've been able to do is now pause exactly on the finish line. So I'll just play the race and give you an example of that. So here we go. I'm going to the 8th mile in this case, using the new point of view camera. So here we are, the race is finished. If I change the camera angle to an external view, so now you can see, and I'll turn the track markers on, now you can see that the vehicle that finished first is exactly on the finish line. And this is very similar now, or exactly the same as if we go to the race result. Finished exactly on the finish line. So that's a significant update with the precision of the finish line for the simulation. And I think that wraps it up for version 1.0.9. The only other addition is a small one that I've added on the stats screen itself. So if I turn that on, and now you'll see instead of a acceleration by feet per second, which is actually incorrect, it's now a g-force figure. So if I stop and play, you'll now be able to see the g-forces. So there's all the information on the latest version of the TSS. That's 1.0.9. To get all the details about the keyboard, controls, and how to download the latest version, you can visit the link that's on your screen now, or I'll put the link in the description. Okay, see you next time.